Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video I'm going to take you through Euro US dollar, as there could be a trend opportunity forming in this particular market. So have a look at Euro US dollar. We're going to have a look at the weekly profiles as well as the reason why we could be seeing the price move to the upside. Now, whenever we want to trade a market, we need to understand why there is a potential for the market to continue to either move to the upside or move to the downside. Now, recently, the ECB President Lagarde, ECB President, has actually said there is a potential for them to hike interest rates before the end of the year. Now, this is kind of the first time that the ECB have really talked about hiking at all. They've usually wanted to stay a little bit neutral in their rates, and often haven't looked to really extend anything, any kind of rates, and kept them very low, which is now kind of causing the inflation move that we're seeing in the markets, and ECB are now looking to potentially hike. So that caused a bit of a positive move in the market. Not only this, but obviously we're looking for some potential dollar reversals due to the strength meter. Okay, so the strength meter is suggesting that the US dollar may move to the downside. ECB data suggesting that the euro could move to the upside. So the Y is pretty much pointing to a euro US dollar rally. Okay, which is what we're seeing at the moment. Now, if this is going to be sustained, what do we need to see from a technical perspective? Well, we need to identify some areas where price could come into, and we can do that using the weekly profile. So you can see here, price has broken through last week's value area high. Now, usually when a price breaks out of a previous value area, so if you take a look at this instant over here where you have the value areas, price in the next week breaks out of that value area, it can create a continued move in that particular breakout direction. Often if price was trading within a value area, we often see price kind of working within that value area for some time. You can see here those kind of 2 weeks here that we had price bouncing between value until it traded outside of that value and price pushed to the downside. Again, even looking at sort of the week that we've just had, price climbed back within the previous week value area and traded to the other side of it. So when looking at value areas on the weekly profiles, we can see that price has already broken through the value area high. So we know that there's a good opportunity for price to continue to push to the upside. So what we could do is wait for a retest of that value area high. If price was to come into that and retest it, form some bullish price action. So that's going to be around about the 105.947 area. Then we could start looking for further long ideas. Now, looking at places where price could target, I like to look at previous weekly profiles and some key areas of interest. So there's actually one just before this zone that I've marked out here at 107.53, but we'll talk about this one first because you can see here there's really low volume in and around this area. Now, usually when low volume has been created in the market, we can quite often see price return to these areas and fill that space out. So let's say price gets to this area, what I would expect was price to maybe consolidate at that point before either continuing to the upside or seeing a slight reversal to the downside. So that's one key area. Another thing that I like to do is point out high volume nodes ahead of price. So you can kind of see that price is coming into a high volume node, which is just through here. Okay, so let me just grab that pen tool again, which is just through this area through there. So just above the 1070 area. So what we may actually see is a run to this high volume node before a pullback. If price does get to this value area high, we could look for trend opportunities back to the upside. So keep an eye on Euro US dollar. I hope that video made sense. If it did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content, and I'll speak to you in the next video.